bit slower speed, it's 24 seconds. So recipe for espresso, 20.7, so 39.5 grams out in around 24 seconds. Sorry. Yeah. Slightly Sorry. I understand that we all love coffee, specialty coffee. I want to connect with more people that don't understand. That's where, for me now, the value is.
Oh, thank you.
Please enjoy. Yeah, that's why it's so good. So it's extra creamy, a bit more fatty. Going to drink some of my drinks from the combination, the Australian and the World Barista Championship. So the routine that I did last year was built out of a desire to bridge a gap between everyday coffee drinkers and people like us that really understand more high-end coffee. Because when we opened a cafe in Sydney, same as this one, we started to have some really expensive coffees on the menu, and people did not really understand that coffee could be expensive, especially espressos at $16. So I thought, there's an issue here, because every year more expensive coffee is coming onto the market, and $4 lattes, they're not really increasing. So $16 coffee next year can turn into a $20, and even today we have coffee on the menu that's up to $25 for espresso and more. So I wanted to use a series of drinks to connect everyday coffee drinkers with high-end coffee, but make specialty coffee more approachable, more focused on dark sugar and richness, and then through 3 courses go from basically dark flavors and introduce more light, fruity and floral ones as well. But the key the whole time is always giving people exactly what they want. So I chose to not serve geisha and not serve very fancy coffee, but more everyday coffee as well. First course is milk, second course is the signature drink. It's my favourite drink because it actually bridges the gap. In one coffee and one drink, in 2 parts, you can have traditional style and a whole new way of looking at coffee. So it's a really fun course. And then at the end, we do the espresso, which is everything. It's like welcome to my world. It's an incredible espresso. It's still rich and dark and all those elements stay, but then you get all these new elements as well. So all my coffee is from Honduras. So once again, I didn't want to choose Panama or crazy origin. I wanted to choose something really humble, really simple, and I'll tell you a bit about the farms as well. So the first course is milk, and as you know, there's a lot of fruity milk-based coffees around. I chose not to do that because what people drink every day is more chocolatey flavoured coffees. So I wanted to make a chocolate coffee, but I wanted to make it really, really fantastic. Lots of chocolate, lots of cacao nibs. I wanted to make the best version that I could. So I've got here a couple of things that I'll get you to smell. And in the World Barista Championship and the Australian one, I had these little sensory elements the judges could smell as a reference. The first farm is actually from Sasha's farm. It's called Finca Betty. Yeah, so it's located at 1,500 meters in Santa Barbara, and this is a natural process coffee. 30 days drying. It's really wet there, so they have to take it down to lower altitude to dry, and that's what's going to develop these beautiful chocolate notes and cacao nib notes as well in there. But let's also talk and taste, because I'd love to know what also you taste in the coffee.
Do you also sell those beans here?
Just for you today.
Oh.
Yeah, these coffees were frozen last year, so they're not available for sale, but that's why it's just a bit more exclusive for you to drink today. So, cool. Alright, I'll start making coffee and the milk drink, and I'll be back in a second. Okay? Thanks, guys. The good thing about this coffee, it can go anywhere. Yeah. It's 38 seconds, so it'll be really rich. Bitterness will be higher, but it'll actually work quite good. We might always taste everything. Right. It's always the key for me in coffee. Yeah. there's no mistakes.
Yeah.
There's only opportunities to learn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I like. Shot is like 50 seconds, 10 seconds. Because when you are tasting everything of a coffee, if you taste every single wrong, right, everyone, you know everything about the coffee. That's the key to it. So yeah, if you can, always try to taste, but definitely you can spit it out. A bit like wine, right?
Yeah, that's it.
So you said 30 seconds is good for this coffee?
It's okay. Yeah, this was 38, so a bit slow. That was 38 seconds, so a little bit slow.
But you would still consider a good coffee because you like the taste?
Yeah,
Okay.
but we'll taste it together.
Okay.
Yeah, I want it to be just a bit faster, but this will still be delicious. Yeah.
Is it because it's good beans or because you made it? Or
Good beans, good roasting, and because really, like, I don't think there's really any bad coffee.
Oh, interesting. I thought you had to have the secret golden recipe for every coffee.
Yeah, for me, this is everyday coffee. This is beautiful chocolate, so it's a bit more forgiving as well, but the quality's in there. And I have a special milk, so it's all about chocolate, this coffee. And that's what I want to do. Is I could have chosen any of the most amazing fruity coffees to serve, which may score higher, but I chose not to. So it's actually a risk as well. Serving just chocolate.
Has any competitor done like approached it like that before? Like
But not saying it's very important. Not because today we have such amazing coffees, right? The most fruity, wild coffees. So to choose a coffee that just tastes like chocolate is unusual for competition. But to celebrate it, it's so important because 8, 9 out of the 10 coffees that we serve around the world is chocolate milk coffees. So why not celebrate it, right? So the milk as well is a frozen super milk. It's very thick, very rich, very creamy, and it's good because it can really balance the really high intensity of the chocolate. That's why I chose to do it. So from here, it was 2 liters, but I've extracted it down to just over 1 liter. And I'll tell you how I did that in just a second. Take your 2 liter milk, you turn it upside down, and then you freeze it. Now what happens is when it freezes, all of your sugar and all of your fat, all the solids, will actually freeze. Either freezes before the water, and then when you turn it around, turn it upside down and defrost it, all of the fat and sugar comes out first, and all the water, it stays inside. And that's what's called freeze distilled milk. That's the way.
Oh, thank you.
Please enjoy. Yeah, it gets rid of the water. Yeah, that's why it's so good. So it's extra creamy. Just before you do, please have a smell. Please. Take your time. Yeah, so
Step 1.
step 1 is take your 2 liter milk bottle,
Yeah.
freeze it for 24 hours. It needs to be that long so you make sure it actually freezes properly. Yeah, and then turn it upside down into a plastic container, similar to what I had there. What's really good is because it has markings on it, as it's defrosting, you can tell as it's rising. So that one is defrosted to around 1.2 litres, and then you can see all the frozen water inside. Yeah. So then you have your, it's called freeze distilled or concentrated milk. Yeah, coffee. Yeah. So recipe for this coffee, 22 grams in is 37 grams out. Very concentrated espresso in 30 seconds.